Shalom, family. Good to see you all here. Look, man, America, this is so biblical. It's not even funny. It really is. America is a country very divided. And let me tell you something. My video that I did about boycotting the holidays, man, that thing is gaining so much traction. And if that really come into fruition, America's economy is going to tank because they ride so much on the holidays. And when you see the No Kings, I mean, it's millions of people out here on these streets protesting Donald Trump. But see, despite the fact that we're really not out there in big numbers, he does not want to call martial law or get the Insurrection Act activated because most of the crowd is his own people. See, he wanted to lure us out. We're actually messing up their 2025 plans. They were counting on the fact that they would be able to lure us out here and we would protest and they'll get the cops to come bust our heads wide open and then declare martial law. Well, we threw all kinds of things out of place for them. And I think they literally don't know what to do. They really thought it was a shoo-in getting us out there. And yeah, he's pissed off, but at the end of the day, these are still his own people. If he really wanted to do martial law, he would do it regardless to whoever's out on the streets. But he specifically wanted to be us, despite the fact that this is what the second No Kings March. The first one, I believe, was in May because they did it, I think, like around the time he had that old cornball military parade in Washington, D.C. At that same time, they had that No Kings March, and that was pretty massive. Now, this march is in all 50 states, ladies and gentlemen, and he just don't want to declare it on his own people. And as usual, you don't see the cops roughing these folks up. If we were out there, they would be in their military gear. They would be throwing tear gas canisters, shooting rubber bullets. They would be going all out to get at us. And I really think Donald Trump and these officers, they are disappointed that they can't get to us. They are really disappointed. You know, I don't know why y'all don't realize the old bag of tricks don't work anymore. We know you're full of crap. We're not listening to you like that anymore. And I know most of you can sense it. You know things have changed. There has been major shifts in this country. You might have been able to say a few things and we would get all upset. Those days are done. You are never getting that again. You are never getting that ever again. So I'm going to share my screen. I want to show you some of the footage that has been coming out of the states in regards to the No Kings March against Donald Trump and his administration, how people are really unhappy with the way things are going. And you know why it's so many white people out in the streets? Because I think they can't believe that Donald Trump's policy was going to affect them the way that it is. Many of them are struggling like never before. And when they ran out there voting for Donald Trump, they just never thought whatever he did, it was going to impact us, but not them. See, they were content with that. But it's not like that now. When he makes any kind of cuts, It affects them, including MAGA. They are not spared from what Donald Trump is sitting in office and doing. Many of them are suffering job loss. They're losing their health benefits, and they can no longer make the claim that they're not impacted when they most certainly are. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so we can get started. Please give me a one if you can see my screen. Is this the one? No, hold on, y'all. Here we hold on one second. Here we go. Please give me a one if you can see my screen. Thank you.
The last No Kings demonstration in Boston was in June. The same day it shared the spotlight with the Pride Parade and heavy rains. Today it's perfect weather. They have the stage alone. And organizers here expect between 25 and 50,000 people.
I feel patriotic, yes, and I feel it's also my duty to stand up. You know, I'm one that's going to lose my insurance, and it's very important to me. So is the democracy of America.
The message I hope that people get from seeing this crowd is that there is hope for change. If people want change, they can show up and show that they want change and affect that.
Today's the big day, no King's protest, and Donald Trump is absolutely terrified. He's sending his regime propagandist out there to defame these peaceful protests. I hope to see you out there today. There's 2,600 events taking place across the United States. 90% of the country is within 1 hour of a No Kings event. So get out there and peacefully protest. Here's what the regime is trying to do to intimidate people. They all subscribed at the same time, all of the various governmental departments, to Blue Sky to try to troll and intimidate people on Blue Sky's account. Just very odd behavior. Also, Washington Post was reporting yesterday that ICE and Trump's Gestapo are signing spyware contracts in recent weeks, including iris scanning software, drones to film the protests today, and cell phone hacking technology, doing multi-million dollar and in some cases $100 million deals with AI companies to facilitate databases on American people. If they refer to you as being an anti-fascist activist, they may try to use that as a pretext to hack into your phone and your emails and your private data. That is a possibility that's taking place. Do not back down, though, to this authoritarian regime. Stand up. They are scared. Get out there and show that we, the people, have the power. Talking about looking scared, Donald Trump's chief propagandist, Caroline Leavitt, last night was like screaming and yelling and just engaged in unhinged behavior on Fox. Watch Caroline Leavitt just yell at Hakeem Jeffries and say, "You need to stop calling me names, Hakeem Jeffries. Seriously? Weren't you the people this whole week calling the American people terrorists or pro-Hamas or pro-Antifa or whatever the hell you were saying if they engage in peaceful protest?" This is why it's great the Democratic leader, Hakeem Jeffries, is pushing back, I think, the way we all wanted to see it take place. Better late than ever. It's happening right now, and I like it. And you see what happens when you go on the offense against these idiots, these weak, pathetic cowards in the Trump regime. They go and they play the victim like Caroline Leavitt. Here, play this clip.
So Hakeem Jeffries should stop calling me names. He should stop trying to fight my boss, President Trump, and he should go back to doing what he was elected to do, the business of the American people in Congress, and encourage Senate Democrats to open the government. And I see Hakeem Jeffries saying House Republicans are out. They're not even here. Yeah, because they did their jobs and they passed a clean continuing resolution at the behest of President Trump to keep the government open. And now Senate Democrats and Chuck Schumer are blocking that to fight Donald Trump. And it's despicable.
Then she goes on to say over here that Hakeem Jeffries is lashing out because he knows that I'm telling the truth, she says. And then after saying that he should stop the name calling, she then calls Democrats pro-Hamas terrorists. Here, play this clip.
Hakeem Jeffries is simply lashing out because he knows that I am telling the truth about the modern day Democrat Party. What I said, and it is a fact, is that the Democrat Party caters more to pro-Hamas terrorists, illegal aliens, and violent criminals.
Now, lots of political leaders are speaking in favor of this peaceful protest. You had California Governor Gavin Newsom comparing this act to a declaration of independence, peacefully protesting against this authoritarian.
Look at this. Millions of people across the country marching as we speak against the policies of President Trump. This is Boston. Look at that. They'll continue to follow these rallies throughout the day here on MSNBC. Wow. All right, coming up next, another meeting of the Welsh Band Book Club today.
Chicago. Good morning and good to be with you. I'm Marissa Perlman. We have been following the No Kings protests that are happening nationwide and here at home. One of the biggest ones in our area happening right now in Grant Park. Mayor Brandon Johnson speaking. Let's listen in.
Today, I'm calling on black people, white people, brown people, Asian people, immigrants, gay people from around this country to stand up against tyranny and to send a clear message to the ultra-rich and big corporations. We are going to make them pay their fair share in taxes to fund our schools, to fund jobs, to fund healthcare, to fund transportation. Democracy will live on because of this generation. Are you ready to take it to the courts and to the streets? Cities around the world, we have declared that we will defend our democracy. We will defend our humanity. We will tear down tyranny, and we will do it together. God bless you all. God bless the greatest city of the world, city of Chicago.
Once again, we are following the No Kings protests happening here in Grant Park. Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson speaking for just a few minutes here, really rallying the crowd here. We have seen County Commissioner Tony Preckwinkle, Delia Ramirez also on scene here.
We're here at the No Kings protest in downtown St. Louis. This is one of the more than 2,500 rallies happening across the country. They're all protesting against the Trump administration. And even though, as you can tell, it is raining and very gloomy here in St. Louis right now, the people are still showing up and showing out. Take a look at how many protesters are here. There's hundreds upon hundreds. I know organizers were telling me that they're even expecting thousands here at Keener Plaza in downtown St. Louis. Now, the Community Action Festival started at noon just about 30 or so minutes ago, and then the official march is starting at 1:30. It begins here at Keener Plaza, and then it'll also end here at 3 o'clock.
All right, so today is the day that we get to see what the Republicans were so scared about. As we all know, honey, there are over 2,600 No Kings protests scheduled across the United States. Honey, I even seen one today in Dublin.
No Kings Rally. We refer to it by its more accurate description, the Hate America Rally, okay? And I'm not sure how anybody can refute that.
And I walked past the eyesight, which starts to video.
We are here to keep our way today.
Come on,
Saturday today. But again, this is a live look back here at home, a live look at First Ward Park. We heard from speakers, several speakers.
Here in Carrollton, Texas, and it is almost exclusively all old white people.
All right, so that is some of the footage from the rallies. Reportedly, about 100,000 people out there in New York. There's a bunch in North Carolina. Again, there's over 2,600 rallies scheduled for today. That's what they were scared of, people exercising their right to free speech peacefully. And that appears to be happening. I want you guys to stay safe, drink plenty of water, and remember, if there are any agitators in the crowd that are trying to rile things up and create a distraction, just go ahead and walk on by. You know what I'm saying? Do not engage, because that is literally what these people are waiting for. They're waiting for content. They're waiting for something to happen so they can try to push the Insurrection Act and things like that. So be careful out there. Take care of yourselves and each other.
Home.
Bill,
TikTok. Speak that. Cookies.
We are here today because it is this city, it is this state that cannot, will not, and will never bend a knee to any regime that tells us that we do not belong. We have seen a young black man in Chicago thrown to the ground, put in handcuffs, while people called out, but he's a citizen. We have seen a woman outside of a school get thrown down and put in handcuffs as she said, they don't have a warrant. They won't show me a warrant. They had to release her later. We are America and we won't let you take her.
That's not loud enough. Today we say no kings. In Washington, D.C., there is a total breakdown of our democracy. Speaker Johnson has become a wholly owned subsidiary of Donald Trump. He has shut down the House of Representatives where we do the work for the people. Tyranny and liberty cannot live in the same house. So today we say no kings.
Anh kì kìa. Go. We want.
Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? See?
We're now on 26th and 7th, and we have a producer who's more than 10 blocks behind us and says there is no end in sight. in terms of how far this protest is going. We're trying right now to get an updated estimate. Originally, they thought about 200,000 people, but right now, best guesses are that they've far exceeded that. Just the turnout here in this city. They've been estimating more than 5 million people are going to take part in all the cities, big and small, that are taking part in this movement. Here in New York, number one concern is that the scenes that we're seeing play out in the city of Chicago right now, the aggressive immigration enforcement, the citizens, the teenagers who have been detained by federal agents in recent days, that's a scene that's going to come here very soon to New York. Already the administration has basically telegraphed this, the president threatening that if Zoran Mamdani, who's very likely to become mayor in a few weeks, does become the mayor of the city, that soon those kinds of images are coming here. Take a listen to a conversation that I had with a Vietnam veteran, 82 years old, named Fred Herrera, as he spells out what's at stake here, Ali.
This sign, when I saw young kids being dragged out, I've dealt with real soldiers. American soldiers, North Vietnamese soldiers. These are real soldiers. These are brave men. Soldiers fight other soldiers. Soldiers do not fight women and children. What ICE is doing is outrageous. They are a paramilitary force. That's why I'm using the term soldier.
What would your message be to someone who is maybe fearful of taking part in a protest, worried that this administration will crack down on them or their loved ones? What would you say to someone who's unsure of how to speak up right now?
What would I say? I have the answer on the other side.
Can you read this for me? Lift it up. Protest now.
Protest now or bow down later.
Those are your options?
Yes.
이채 광장을 열었던 우리 팀으로 주권자의 광장 다시 열어냅시다. 구호 외치겠습니다. 시민 여러분 함께 외쳐주십시오. 동맹이냐 나이 단도냐 트럼프를 규탄한다. 투자 강요 주권 무시 트럼프를 규탄한다. 이런 게 동맹이냐? 대미 투자 계획 철회하라. 관세 협박, 투자 강요, 이란 동맹.
Those are local politicians. That was not our people, regular citizens taking to the streets. Those speakers were all local politicians. All right. So they were not just your average person getting up and going out and protest. So, y'all, America is a badly divided country. Just like in the Bible says, it would be many divisions in these last days, and there certainly are, and these divisions are irreparable. I'm just looking at all these white people that are protesting, and at the end of the day, y'all were the biggest culprits in putting Donald Trump in office. So y'all created this mess. So that's all the more reason why we should never be out there joining them. We did not overwhelmingly vote for Donald Trump. In fact, the Latinos casted more votes for Donald Trump than anybody in our community. So no, we really should not be out there. The people that caused the damage, those are the biggest ones that should be out there protesting. Plain and simple. Quantum Solace, thank you so much for your super chat and your support for my channel. Our people have been living in tyranny since 70 AD with these people ever since the Roman army sacked Jerusalem. What the hell they talking about? Nevertheless, I never seen Edom fight on our behalf in this capacity, and they're still not. They're still not. They're out there for themselves. Okay, and Unity 2025, thank you for your support for my channel. They protesting for the benefits that belong to Israelites. Read your Bible. The stranger will get up high above you, immigrants. Absolutely. Thank you once again for your super chat. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to conclude, and this is going to be my final live stream for today. I have two that will be coming up tomorrow. One is going to be on the number of Americans that are leaving, permanently leaving the country to live elsewhere. And the other one is on the TSA agents in Las Vegas that walked off the job, said they can no longer work without pay. So be on the lookout for those live streams that will be out tomorrow. I actually already have those done. So I hope to see you tomorrow. Please have a wonderful night. Shabbat Shalom, family.